Geminis, welcome to my channel, Foolsjourn. I am going to be doing your November 2025 reading. So I'm so glad you're here with me today, and we are going to be doing the Celtic Cross, which I believe gives the most in-depth reading. So I'm excited about that for you, and I can't wait to see what the universe has in store for you. So let's begin. All right, I've got your cards laid out. All right, for the general energy, you've got the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment. It's whatever goodness you've done or put out into the world, you're getting it returned tenfold. It's this energy is happy and satiated and joyful, and his cups are like a rainbow over his head, filled with all the wonderful things: passion, love, creativity, joy, romance, wonderful things. So it's definitely a wish fulfillment card. So great energy there. And it can also represent, you know, um, celebrations and attending a big social gathering. But you are in a good place in your life, or you're about to be. So wonderful energy there. And your crossing energy is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is, all about fate and the cycles of life. The wheel is constantly turning and spinning, and, we are called to go with the flow. And just accept it. If you started seeing a lot of synchronicities and serendipity and signs from the universe, um, you know, go with it and enjoy it, and don't question everything that the universe brings you. Don't sit there and go, is this really happening or not? Or this is weird. Just go with the flow, because the Wheel of Fortune spins so quickly that you could, if you're in stagnancy, you're going to miss hopping on. Or if you got your blinders on or in tunnel vision, you'll miss those opportunities. So look out for them. So I guess your crossing means that, try not to be stuck and stagnant and tunnel vision, and be open to opportunities, and don't question everything. So wonderful energy there. I mean, it's great. And in your root energy, you've got the Tower. So your root is what's been going, what's in your, beneath the surface for you. And it seems like, something has happened. You've had a tower moment, which is kind of basically like a rude awakening. It means that something wasn't built on a strong foundation, and most likely you knew it, and it came tumbling down. And sometimes we don't know exactly when that tower is going to fall, but guess what? The tower releases you. Because when we think a tower moment is coming because we know something isn't quite right, or we didn't do anything, you know, fully or completely in the best way, we sit there and worry about it. We're kind of in our own prison of fear of when could this tower moment come down, and it's incapacitating. And so you're almost, when this tower does come, you're released. These people are flying out. They're released from what is it, like the Tower of London? It's like being released from the Tower of London. You're free again, and you can get rid of all the falsehoods or whatever that caused that foundation to not be solid. So you're free. Good things are going to happen, and it might have been a big shock, but guess what? You got through it, and you can start from scratch, start a whole new foundation. And then you've got the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is all about, you know, uh, conviction, believing in something, believing in your ideals or your goals or your morals or your ethics, or whatever project you're working on, or career, or a relationship that you put a lot of work in, and people are, it might be naysaying that, this is fighting against little struggles and naysayers and people who are needling you and questioning everything and doubting you and doubting what your enthusiasm for something, because you have conviction. But you, guess what? You're on the hill. You are in, you are looking down on them, and you are, you have risen above, and the key is to just stay level headed, that you are protecting your position, and you believe your position, and you have good reason to, and you are the one on higher ground. You are on higher ground, and you're letting all these little struggles below you just wash away. So great energy there. And then in your crowning energy, you've got the Four of Cups. And that, that's what's going on in your mind. And that's, the Four of Cups can kind of be where you're in a place where you're kind of bored, lackadaisical, um, unenthused. You kind of lack joy and gratitude in your life. And here, um, you know, he's got an offer in front of him, and he doesn't even see it because he's just in such a mindset. And he's got three full cups in front of him too. So this is not someone who's coming from a place of lack. A lack mentality. This is someone who's got a lot going on in their lives, but they've lost something, and maybe they've just lost the passion, and you need to somehow reignite that and get the excitement back and the joy back in your life, and maybe do a reset. You need to reset yourself, recenter yourself as well, and maybe self-evaluate and see why you've fallen into this kind of rut, this mental rut. Because look, there's wonderful opportunities. You've got a lot going on here, and you've got an opportunity presented to yourself, and you're not seeing it. So snap out of that, because look what is in your near future. You've got the Sun card, and the Sun is all about happiness, joy. It shines a light on everything, even negative cards or things that are negative in your life. It shines a light on it and brightens it up and lightens it up. And it also brings clarity and truth. And it makes you fully aware and exposes anything that's been hidden. So fabulous, fabulous. And it just adds vitality too. You may, you get, whatever you're missing here, you're going to get it back here. So that is wonderful. So that is your near future. So let's figure out what's going on in your attitude. So your attitude is the Six of Cups. And this is a lovely energy to have. This is all about giving and receiving, and memories of our youth, whether they're good or bad. It's revisiting the past, and it could also represent, sometimes we like to look back on the past, and maybe we've forgotten lessons that we learned in the past, and we need to kind of look back and revisit and see if we need to make adjustments. Or it could mean that something is coming into your life from the past, maybe a person or a situation or something reminds you of the past. Maybe, an old boyfriend, or maybe you meet someone in a friend group that knows someone that you knew, or if it's from your hometown or went to your college, or same in a work environment. Oops, whoopsie. Maybe, somebody, someone is somehow connected to something in your past that is going to be coming back into your life. And sometimes we want to leave the past in the past. So it's good to revisit, because that gives us a learning. It kind of reminds us of our lessons that we learned, good and bad. And the key is not to stay in those glory days. The key is to move forward. But it's definitely wonderful to revisit. So anyway, um, let's move on. And then in your environment, you've got the Two of Pentacles. With the Two of Pentacles here is all about, you know, juggling a lot of responsibilities. A lot of things are going to possibly be coming onto your plate. We got work, career, family, kids, grandkids. So there's a lot going on, and you just need to, this is reminding you to be flexible and adaptable. And actually that's what is kind of going on in your life, is this kind of balancing everything, and and going with the flow, and being flexible, not being stuck in your ways. Because um, let's say you're juggling a bunch of balls. If you get like tense, guess what? You're going to drop a ball, and then all of them are going to drop. So just go with the flow, get into the rhythm. That's what the juggler does. He just gets into the rhythm. He's almost in this trance, and that's why things flow. And that's what, they always say too, like if you think you're going to about to fall down steps or about to hurt yourself, relax. Because if you don't, like if you start falling and you tense up, then that's when you're going to break bones. But if you go, oh my gosh, I'm about to fall, and you relax, then the injury is very less. And that's kind of what are those stuntmen do, is that they don't fear anything, so their body is very loose, and that's why they rarely get injured. Anyway, so you're going to go with the flow. You're in the flow, and you're flexible and adaptable. And the thing with the Two of Pentacles is also release any burdens that you don't need. So if you're juggling a lot, juggle the important things and let the other ones go by the wayside. So you know don't drop those balls. And then in your hopes and fears, you've got the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is just saying that, something has come to an end. Something happened and it's at a dead point, which is good because that allows for rebirth. In this card, you see the dawn rising. So that means that this is a finality of the 10, but now the dawn is rising to a new day and a new beginning. It's major transformation. It's the dark before the dawn, and you've been through something horrible. Maybe you were attacked or betrayed, or you did something, but you come out of it, and there's no going back. Just forget about it. It's over. It's done. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Just glean the lessons that you needed to and move on, because now you're open for transformation. And these two cards are all about knocking down the bad and moving on, and building something new on stronger ground and transforming. So these are actually amazing cards. So don't think of them as negative. They might have been painful when you went through them, but now they're great. And temperance is all about in your possible outcome is temperance, which is just learning how to do things in moderation, not to go too far in either direction, to balance. It's all about kind of alchemy. Alchemy was trying to figure out how to make gold, and by mixing metals and irons and all sorts of things. And remember, with alchemy, just to keep the balance, and also, you know, a good lesson for alchemy is that don't not start something or do something because you want it to be perfect. We get into this like perfectionist state. A lot of us do, where we don't want to begin unless everything is absolutely perfect, and then we miss the opportunity. And you can see that she's sitting here balancing, working hard to try to get the right combination of things, and making it really a perfect symbiotic experiment. And she's got the crown behind her with a beautiful path, which means that the crown is sitting right there that she can grab, but she's so into this. So the key is moderation, but also um, learning that you can start something without it being in the perfect, absolutely perfect before you get started, because that can almost stunt the growth, and then you get stuck in trying to make this perfect. Just move ahead, do what you can, and make those steps and go on to your future, and don't overthink. Like what he's doing here with the Four of Cups, maybe he wants everything perfect and he's just dissatisfied because what he's done is good, but it's not perfect. And then he's missing an opportunity. And that basically these cards kind of meld together. This is saying, don't worry about perfection, worry about balance and harmony, and then the perfection will come later. Just start the journey. So anyway, wonderful, wonderful reading for you, Gemini. Don't overthink things, and just make the moves. You've been through the towers, and you've come out because you've got the sun, you've got wish fulfillment, and the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, wowzers. And you know how to balance. You know how to balance yourself as well. So fabulous, fabulous. And something from your past is going to help you on this way. Something that you gleaned from the past, or someone from the past might show up and help you on this wonderful journey. So enjoy and have a fabulous, fabulous month of November. And consider liking and subscribing so we can grow this family, and enjoy the good and the bad together, and enjoy our lives as a team. And I hope you have a great November. Bye. Slay that month.